Hello guys, in the previous video I show you how I clean up this Terra station a little bit. As you can see here, I've already put some data on the hard drives and it's working perfectly. I can connect with my mobile phones, with my Windows PCs, with my iPad, actually my wife's iPad. So this is awesome. But there is a slight problem. Uh, every couple of minutes the hard drives from this thing emit a clicking noise. First time when you hear the clicking noise, you think, okay, the hard drives are going to fail. If you search online for clicking noise, everybody on every single forum says the hard drive is going to fail, back up your data. Well, that is partially true for some hard drives. If you have a clicking drive and you are watching this video, it is a good idea to back up the data from that drive, but try and investigate the issue further, because lately many hard drives come out from the factory with some kind of power saving feature that actually tries to park the hard drive head every couple of minutes. And if the thing that you have the hard drive plugged into is trying to access and not let it park the head, well, it will make the clicking noise, and then it will unpark the head, and in a couple of minutes it will try to park it again and then unpark it, and that just creates wear and tear on the hard drives and annoying noises. So yeah, it's not good for anybody. I have no idea why these parking features are so aggressive, because actually they don't do good for you, as less energy it is consumed, or for the hard drive is not creating so much wear on it. It actually creates more. So yeah, I've searched on some forums for some Western Digital hard drives. This feature was set to 8 seconds. Every 8 seconds that hard drives tried to park their heads. That's not normal. So yeah, I'm going to try and let this thing sit around for a bit here. Hopefully it will not go into standby, or it will not spin down the hard drives. I have enabled hard drive spin down on this thing, because I don't access all both of them every single hour or something like that, so there's no reason for them to work all the time. And hopefully you will hear the clicking noise. So yeah, I'm going to let the camera continue to record and cut to the clicking noise next, hopefully. Okay, hopefully you heard that thing. Not really sure, but yeah. So I'm going to shut it down now and take the hard drives out. This Lenovo PC will help me fix the problem with the drives. Of course, because my hard drives are encrypted in the NAS box, it doesn't see them like it should. I don't want to format, of course. It sees them really weird. Lots of parts. But that doesn't really matter. Come on. It's moving rather slow. Still doing something. I think this is stuck, but yeah, I don't really care. Yep, still slow as hell. It already has a 2 terabytes hard drive similar to these ones, but that never gets to park its head because Windows always writes something to the drive. It doesn't wait 5 minutes so it has time to park the head, but this one always tries to park the head. So this is the model. M001 hard drives seem to have this issue from Seagate, and next I'm going to do something that I found on a forum, and I'm going to post the link to that forum, actually more forums, under the video, so you can do the same to your hard drives. But I'm going to also show you the information of these hard drives. They are both of them almost new, so they almost 99, almost actually 100% sure they are not failing, they just have an issue. Okay guys, I installed Crystal Disk Info. This is the Windows hard drive, first one. This was powered on 475 times, so this one is not new, but the one from my NAS, one of them at least, as you can see, 34 times and 830 hours of power on time. So this thing is almost new. As you can see, the problem is here with advanced power management. This is the thing that actually makes that clicking noise. If your hard drive supports this, it's listed here, yeah, the clicking might be from this. And now let me just show you with hard disk Sentinel. First hard drive, and second one, this is the one with the clicking. As you can see, same things about the hard drive here, and you go to disk, advanced power management. I have no idea why this thing is in Romanian. I didn't set Romanian. Can I change the language? Yeah, I don't see it now. Anyway, advanced power management, it's activated and it's set somewhere in the middle. We want it 0 deactivated, but if we change the setting here, this thing will stick only in Windows. We want it to always stick, even if this thing doesn't get used on a Windows machine. So I need to make a change in the firmware of the hard drive. But this is the way to check it. You go to disk, power management, and you see where it is. You want this thing to be deactivated. So yeah, I'm just going to close this and continue. Okay, and this is the forum that teaches us how to disable advanced power management head parking permanently. I just want to say that this drive made the same noise even connected to this computer. So if it's not being used, it will try to park its heads, and we don't want that. Okay. So yeah, I will follow all these steps and hopefully it will work. Okay, I'm on HDAT2 page. I'm going to download this, the ISO, to create a boot CD, because I'm lazy and I'm not going to bother creating a boot USB drive. And I'm going to burn this thing onto a CD and then remove from the system or disconnect Windows hard drive and leave connected just the one that I want to make modifications to, so I don't mix these two between them. So yeah, you have the option to use where are they? Other versions of this if you want to make a USB drive, but if you have optical drive, this one you just burn it and it's done. So yeah, let's do this. Another thing that I want to tell you, always make sure you have the latest firmware on your drives. This fixes lots of problems and improves reliability and sometimes speed or noise of the drive. I finished writing my image to the CD, so I'm going to boot from it now and replace this Windows hard drive with the one that we want to fix. So yeah, let's do this. For some of you, just upgrading the firmware could fix this issue, so you don't need to follow all of these steps. So firmware first. If that doesn't fix the issue, go to what I'm doing now, because on these drives I already have the latest firmware and the issue is still not fixed. Okay, I boot it from the CD with only the clicking hard drive connected. Probably number one, because we are booting from CD and we use SATA. Okay, doesn't really like something. Okay, I'll be back with this thing. Okay. Same issue, and I just realized this thing, hopefully you can read it, was telling me to change in the BIOS if I have problems with hard drives and optical drives being recognized, to change in the BIOS from EHCI, AHCI to IDE mode until I do this thing. So let's reboot. If it actually wants to reboot, come on. Okay, power off, power on. Let us quickly enter the BIOS. Not serial port, what am I doing here? SATA as IDE. And now save changes and exit, and hopefully the issue is fixed. It might not be. Nope. So this thing just doesn't like my optical drive. I hate this thing, but I'm going to step B and make a bootable USB. Or? No, not needed. It detected it in the end. So yeah, let me just look a bit at these things and continue. Okay, I just typed HDAT2, hit enter, page fault. Wah, wah, wah. Let's try HDAT2X. Okay, and we're in. I'm following the steps from my printed forum guide. Hopefully you can see I replaced the floppy image with CD version. Of course, like I said, this will be linked in the description. So sorry if this takes a little more than expected, but I'm actually reading how to do this. I've never did it again. Okay, it says to check if the drive is in the list, and it is here. It tells me, and hit enter. Okay, this is the one, enter. Okay, select commands menu, enter, command feature sets, enter, and we need to go to advanced power management, enter, but I don't see any. Okay, are you sure you want to run feature set? Yes. D for disable. Again, it's here. It was somewhere in the middle, as you can see. And enter again. Disabled, okay. And sorry, I was using my mother language. Then it says something like escape, escape, device configuration overlay. Okay. Select modify, enter again. Aborted command. Wah, wah, wah. Well, this thing doesn't seem to be working. So I need to make sure that I modify this thing somehow so my changes will be saved to the disk forever. I will stop the video for a moment to see how I can do this. Okay, the problem seems to be that I'm locked out of all of these settings. I have no idea why. Maybe because this is not the standard hard drive, consumer hard drive is what's made for NAS enclosures. I don't really know. All the single thing that seems to be working is freeze lock. Are you sure to run? Yes. I have no idea if this thing actually worked. So press any key to continue. And yeah, I don't know. Let me just go back to see here if this thing, for the moment it seems to be disabled. But who knows after power on and power down and power on again. We need to check. So I will reboot and come back to this thing again. That's the problem with following forum guides. Sometimes you don't have all the options because these products have differences. Even same models are not identical. So yeah, hopefully that remained set to what I want. Okay, what was it? HDAT2X. Okay, commands menu, feature sets, and nope, it's enabled again. Crap. So yeah, I need to tinker around with this thing to see what I can do. Okay, I'm back. It seems the BIOS is doing this thing at boot up and it's locking this menu. So there are two chances. You can try to find a setting in the BIOS that doesn't lock this anymore. I have no idea how that setting should look like. you could try to hot plug the drive. So you remove the data cable, reboot the computer, boot from the CD, and plug the data cable. Hopefully this program will still see your hard drive. If not, try a different controller or connector on the motherboard. Maybe it doesn't do this thing for each and every one of those controllers, or try on a different PC. Maybe a PC with, that is not Lenovo, for example, like this one, an unbranded one. Maybe this have more protections on them, who knows. I'm going to try the method where I unplug the data cable and plug it back in after the BIOS boots. Hopefully it's enough. So, yep, I'm out, shutdown, direct shutdown. Sorry that you cannot see, or actually, let me try and zoom out. Maybe we can, oh, okay, you get both things on screen. This will unplug, not quite easy, it's quite stuck. Okay, data cable is out. Yeah, let's power this thing on. The hard drive is spinning up. BIOS doesn't see it, so it cannot send commands to it. And at this point I'm actually out of the BIOS, so maybe I can plug it in. Come on. Okay, plugged in. Don't leave your hard drive on metal like this. I have this plate so I don't short circuit anything, so be careful what you do, don't burn out your hard drive. Okay, let me zoom on this thing. It took by itself the first option and the hard drive is plugged in, so who knows. If not, I'm going to try a different controller or a completely different PC. X. Nope. Doesn't see it if it's not in the BIOS. When the BIOS boots up, it doesn't see it, at least in my case. Different controller. Still here on the different controller. As you can see, it's actually telling me it's frozen. So even if I go here, yeah, so different PC. Okay, we are on a totally different computer. A huge Dell that actually has, let me try and show you, an S-Rock motherboard inside, because its original server motherboard was dead. You can see this modification in another one of my videos, and hopefully this one doesn't create issues for us, but of course that remains to be seen. The putting up process seems to be slower. Hopefully it actually works, doesn't just get stuck here. Yeah, be back in a moment. Maybe this takes a lot of time. Yeah, I'm thinking it's the same issue with the hard drive being set, storage, yes, being set to the wrong thing, so I need to set it to compatible. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have no clue which one of these settings is the correct one. We don't even have an ID. What the? Or actually, yes we do. This motherboard has an ID. Weird. So this is the correct setting. Yeah. Maybe now it works. So again, this thing will be a really long video, but I don't cut anything out because you might encounter the same problems. So if this helps at least one person, yeah, that was the issue. So remember to set it to compatible or ID, not AHCI or RAID. Let's try on this one, HDAT2. Yes, on this one it seems to be working. Security frozen. But not the other one. Hello. Yep, this is not frozen. So the BIOS was doing that thing. Bloody hell. I think we did it. So, commands menu. First one. This thing, change value. Yes. D from disable. And it is disabled. Press any key. And escape, return, escape. Here. We must go on to modify. And what was I changing here? I never got to change it. Security mode feature. This is disabled. So right arrow, remove. Yeah, we make it get removed. Right arrow, S. I think S means set. Are you sure you want to run? Man, this got stuck. This sucks. I need to reboot my computer. Okay. Back at this screen and press yes. Hopefully this time doesn't freeze. Okay. Completed successfully. It was disabled already, so if you change it to remove, doesn't really matter. Press any key and press S until you get out, which locked again, but hey, shut down. I don't know why it's locking. So it doesn't like something, but I think we did what we need to do. We will see in this boot up. So yeah, it's not a really simple process, but not extremely complicated either. You just have to troubleshoot a few things. And honestly, when you make modifications like this to your hard drive, you kind of need to be able to troubleshoot stuff. So let's try and see in commands menu, feature set. Yep, disabled. Woohoo! So it's saved. But did we already have smart disabled? That's weird. I think the BIOS enables it. It's disabled by default. Don't really care about it anyway. So yeah, let's do this thing to the second hard drive and locked up again. We are in the second hard drive. Change this, disable, press any key, it's disabled. We go out, we enter here, modify, security mode, right arrow, so you change this to remove, and then you press S to set it. Are you sure you want to modify? Yes. Press any key, and honestly this should be about it, and it's locked again. Clearly the software doesn't like this computer, but at least we got to do what we wanted. So yeah, I really hate this thing. I wonder the real number of hard drives that are not in use anymore because people heard the weird clicking noise and decided that they are not reliable anymore. So yes, it can be a failure, but try to upgrade the firmware and disable, if that doesn't fix it, disable this thing. And yeah, it died on me. And if this thing doesn't fix, then yeah, your hard drive might be dying. But if you don't try this, you might throw away a perfectly working hard drive. I had a hard drive a few years ago on a laptop that did this thing, but it was a new laptop, and I searched on forums and they were all doing this thing. So then I realized that it's actually not a problem of the hard drive. They all do this. So I used it and it had absolutely no issues. Yep, disabled. At this point, I'm not even going to bother getting out of this thing. I'm going to shut it down and put these hard drives in the other computer to see what Windows reports. Or hard drive Sentinel at least. Very important, do not forget to change the hard drive mode to what it was before doing this thing. So I change it to enhanced, save changes and exit. And of course I need to connect the old hard drive back. Okay, we're in. Crystal disk info still shows it here, even though it is disabled. So this is not really reliable for this thing. I will close it. And yeah, this is the one we did, one of the two that we did some work on. Power management, disabled. If we look at Windows drive from this particular computer that is 2 GB also, enabled. So clearly we disabled it forever on this drive. That is awesome. I'm going to remove this and connect the other one to check it, see if it is disabled also there. And yeah, this should be great. And then test it in the NAS enclosure. Second hard drive, as you can see, it is disabled. So these two hard drives are almost brand new, both of them. They were used 24/7 for a little bit more than a month. So yeah, if these drives would have been used for operating system, for Windows for example, this issue would not appear, because Windows saves to our hard drive more than once every 5 minutes, so no issues there. But some drives have this even more aggressive, so they try to park the heads in a minute or even less, like I said, 8 seconds in some cases. So that will create clicking, and you need to disable power management on that drive, like you've seen in this video. So yeah, firmware, power management, if it's still clicking, it will probably die. Of course, before doing any of this, back up your data just to be safe. So yeah, this has been it, guys. Or actually no, I'm going to put them back in the NAS enclosure and let them run for 15 minutes, for example, and get back to you if they click or not. Okay guys, here comes the conclusion. The hard drives are not clicking anymore. I've waited more than 10 minutes, both of them should have clicked at least once in this period, maybe more, and yeah, working perfectly, recognized without any issues, and absolutely no annoying clicking noises and no premature failure because of this. The number of head parkings over a lifetime of a hard drive is limited. If you use them for nothing, you will destroy the hard drive. So a little bit of rant about these so-called green technologies. What do you prefer? A hard drive that uses a tiny bit less power but fails in 1 or maybe 2 years, or a hard drive that uses a bit more power but fails in 5 years? What do you think is greener? I would go for option number 2 always. And this applies to, I don't know, everything you want, from other computer parts to cars. We are becoming greener, but in reality we are not. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it or found it useful. Check my other videos, subscribe, and see you again in the next one. Bye.